Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I got several different Winsor blues in my collection right now, including this one extremely old. It just says Winsor Blue on it. It doesn't say red shade, it doesn't say green shade. As far as my research tells me, this was somewhere in the late 30s, early to mid 40s potentially. But dating these things is really difficult. I keep asking the Winsor & Newton social media people about it, and they're really annoyed with me now. But this just says Blue Windsor. Modern Blue Windsor either has green shade or red shade on it. But this also says Phthalo. Again, what my research tells me is that at one point the original Winsor Blue formula diverted into the green shade we have now, and also Phthalo blue. This, by the way, is in Japanese. It's not the Chinese one. But this is from a sample pack that you can get on Amazon, Blick, and all the other art sites now. I don't know why it's in multiple languages. I don't know why this one is made in England, while the modern ones are made in France. I think it's the same thing. I think this is just they had a factory switch, yeah, I can speak properly, switch sometime in the past 10 years or so, because all the old packaging that looks like this are all made in England, but all the modern ones from the past 10 years are all made in France. Maybe Brexit had something to do with it. I don't know. But today we are going to compare the two different Winsor Blue modern ones and this old little baby that has almost nothing in it, and it might actually be leaking a little bit because I just opened it for the first time in God knows how many years. I don't know how much paint I'm going to get out of this, so we will see what happens. Here we go. We open this little baby up, and I'm trying not to get my own gloves caught. Ta-da! Let's see what we get. There is something in here, but I don't know how much it's going to come out. Oh boy. Well, that's something. I try to get these old packages, packaging like this that looks like it's been through a dumpster, so I feel less guilt about actually opening them and using them and trying to use them. I got some on my hands. We're going to try and get some out of it. Don't know how much I'll be able to mix with titanium white, if we even can. But look at that. For the first time in maybe 100 years, this bottle has been opened. Let's see if I can get anything else out to mix with titanium white. That's about as good as we're going to get with that. And after this is just going to go back in my collection. Now let's get some good old titanium white. I'm only going to get a little bit out. There though, that should do. I'm still getting green out with this thing, but that's okay. Ah, that's beautiful. Gonna put that over here. Blues were always very expensive. So I can only imagine how much these were before like the synthetics became popular. Because it used to be that you could only get blue from lapis lazuli, which I have a bottle of, but I have nothing to compare it against, so it probably won't be a video. But these are probably like really sought after once upon a time. Now we're going to do the Winsor Blue green shade. I suspect it's going to match the Phthalo red shade more than the green shade. Oh boy. Quality drop. Okay, got a little bit more oil than I was hoping out of that. Gonna do this. Out of the tube, it's a little bit different. This is more lighter, I wanted to say more blue, but that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Good enough. Now we're gonna mix some of this. That doesn't speak well for quality, but oh, that is a much different shade. I don't know how much my camera's picking up, but that is a completely different shade than the original Winsor Blue. I'm gonna wipe this off so there's no cross-contamination. There we go. Now we're going to do the Winsor Red Shade Phthalo. There we go. And we're going to get a little bit out of that. Out of the tube raw, all of it looks nigh identical. It's when you mix it with other colors that you get interesting things. Oh, come on, get out of the tube, titanium white. Did I use too much of you? Come on. Come on, you can do it. There we go. We got some out. I wonder if we mixed it with yellow, exactly what we'd get, what kind of shade of green. But at the same time, there's hardly anything in this old Windsor and the original Winsor Blue. Interesting. These are all different, slightly different shades of blue. I'm going to try and mix with some yellow. Because there is no real visual fundamental difference between these two. The Phthalo Blue, what is it, Red Shade? The Phthalo Windsor, slightly darker, but neither of them matches the original Winsor Blue exactly. Very close. It is very close, I'll admit that. Let's see if I can get anything else out of this. If I can't get anything out of it, then we're just aborting the mission. Hey, we got a little bit out. Once upon a time, some artists used this probably in plein air painting. What yellow am I using? We're going to use the cadmium-free cadmium. Cadmium-free yellow. I can speak properly. We're going to get a little bit out. Going to put a little bit of this here and a little bit of this here so I don't have to bother with that later. Yeah, there we go. That is a nice green. Yeah. Like a Farsi green. Gotta clean off the knife, the spatula. Come on. Probably should have left more room to mix in this thing, but here we go. It's giving me identical greens. Okay. Just gotta do that last one. Phthalo, this one. There we go. That's probably, it's giving me identical greens. Okay. I am extremely confused. The differences are extremely subtle. It's almost non-existent between red shade and green shade, and I don't know, man. They're giving me identical greens. The blues are ever so slightly different. This is slightly darker. The Phthalo red shade is slightly darker. The green shade, hardly any fundamental, well, I can speak properly. Hardly any difference between the antique Winsor Blue. But overall, they're all extremely close together. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. This is, I expected a little bit more drama out of this. Something a bit more dramatically different. But it's all the same. The green shade, red shade. It doesn't matter. It all comes out the same. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.